Topping today's news, the Deputy Prime Minister says the government will not be bullied by any investors. Prime Minister Davis warns unions against aligning themselves with the official opposition. Dr. Norman Gay laid to rest with an official funeral, and the JCNP meets with Prime Minister Davis to discuss management of the upcoming Junkanoo parades. This is your JCN Evening News. I'm Jcn Saunders. Thank you so much for joining us. While the third-party coalition of independents officially was the first out of the gates to name candidates, the official opposition Free National Movement has already named 24 of its candidates. The governing Progressive Liberal Party began to reveal its candidates for the 2026 general elections last night at the party's headquarters. Among the candidates are two new faces, including Senator Darren Pickstock, who will try to replace the late Vaughn Miller in Golden Isles, and Sebastien Bastian, who will replace Alfred Sears in Fort Charlotte. The other candidates named last night include Mario Bole, Garden Hills, Jobeth Kobe Davis, Elizabeth, Jomo Campbell, Centerville, Pierre Glover Roll, Golden Gates, Leon Lundy, Mangrove Key, Central and South Andros, Leslie Miller Bryce, Seabreeze, Frederick Mitchell, Fox Hill, Bacchus Row for South Beach, Miles LaRota in Pinewood, Michael Bonnaby returns to Mount Moriah, Jamal Strawn returning to Nassau Village, and Keith Bell will stay in Carmichael. As he addressed the sea of supporters at the Sir Lyndon Pindling Center, the PLP's Farrington Road headquarters, Prime Minister Davis strongly cautioned PLPs, those are members and supporters, that they are not automatically entitled to a second term in office and that they must work for it by doing right by the Bahamian people. A by-election is coming. Those words straight from the Prime Minister's lips. Prime Minister Philip Davis last night at the Progressive Liberal Party's event where they revealed the 14 candidates said that a by-election will be held in the Golden Isles constituency to fill that seat made vacant due to the death of the late Vaughn Miller. Love 97 News, JCN, we've learned that this by-election may happen in late November, staying within the 60-day constitutional requirements. Last night, Darren Pickstock was announced as the standard bearer for the PLP in Golden Isles. The FNM has nominated Brian Brown for Golden Isles, while the Coalition of Independents have Brian Roll, who will contest the Golden Isles seat for them. On Thursday night, as his party introduced its first crop of candidates, Prime Minister Philip Davis, who faced the wrath of two major umbrella unions over the past 2 weeks, those unions supported by the official opposition, the Prime Minister warning union members and leaders to be careful of lending support to the Free National Movement based on recent comments made by FNM leader Michael Pintard, who said the public service is bloated with political hirees.
Michael Pintard says he believes in a small government and that the public service needs to be right-sized. You all know what that means? First chance they get, they'll be sending people home again. So I say to our union leaders, be careful of the company you keep. Not everyone who claims to stand with workers is really on your side.
Prime Minister Philip Davis. And finally, in this segment, after it was announced that the NJC, the National Junkanoo Committee, led by Chairman Douglas Hanna, will take over management of the Boxing Day and New Year's Day Junkanoo parades, taking over from the Junkanoo Corporation of New Providence, there has been growing tension between the government and a large part of the Junkanoo community that still supports the JCNP. Well, on Thursday, at the office of the Prime Minister, the weekly press briefing there, Calvin Green, Deputy Chairman of the NJC, said plans are underway to stage successful parades. However, he refused to answer any questions related to the JCNP. Today, Prime Minister Philip Davis was expected to meet with the JCNP, led by its chairman, Dion Miller. It is unclear exactly what the conversation entailed, but it is worth noting that a majority of the major A groups, including the Saxons, One Family, Roots, and world-famous Valley Boys, continue to support the JCNP and the promise to hold private parades for Boxing Day 2025 and New Year's Day 2026. It is believed, though, that the Prime Minister was discussing the upcoming management of the parades, or the management of the upcoming parades, with the JCNP. We'll have to wait and see what became of that meeting today. We'll take a break here. We'll be right back following these commercials.